Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this evening's severe weather update. So, a tornado threat is going to be materializing across southeastern Texas tomorrow. The Storm Prediction Center has now upgraded areas of southeastern Texas from northern Houston through Lufkin to an enhanced risk of severe weather for tomorrow, with a slight risk extending back towards central Texas into the southeastern Texas coast and southwestern Louisiana in the yellow, and a marginal risk covering the southwestern half of Louisiana, the eastern third of Texas into southeastern Oklahoma, and far southwestern Arkansas in the dark green tomorrow. Looking at the probabilities of tornadoes within 25 miles of a location, we now have a 10% chance of tornadoes touching down within 25 miles of a location between Houston and up towards Lufkin in the yellow tomorrow, a 5% chance of tornadoes extending into southwestern Louisiana and east central Texas in the brown, and a 2% tornado risk extending across south central Louisiana back towards Waco and Austin, Texas in the dark green tomorrow. So there are likely going to be numerous tornadoes tomorrow, especially across the brown and yellow area. So make sure you have your tornado shelter plan in place tomorrow if you live across, especially southeast Texas, between Houston and Lufkin towards the border of Louisiana. Looking at our damaging wind threat tomorrow, thankfully, the damaging wind threat is going to be low, where we only have a 5% chance of damaging straight line winds of 58 miles per hour or stronger within 25 miles of a location across this brown area from far southern Oklahoma through the eastern third of Texas into southwestern Louisiana. And the same applies for the hail threat, with only a 5% chance of quarter-size hail or larger within 25 miles of location across the eastern third of Texas, the southeastern quarter of Oklahoma, southwestern corner of Arkansas, the western half of Louisiana in the brown tomorrow. So taking a look at the 18Z run of the HRRR model, first looking at our significant tornado parameter as we're waking up to 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Significant tornado parameters are going to start off low across south central Texas of about 1 to 2, but as we start going through the morning, especially as we go around noon, significant tornado parameters are going to increase across southeastern Texas to 2 to 3 around 12 p.m. And then as we go into about 2 p.m. in the afternoon, going to start seeing some pockets of 3 to 4s on the significant tornado parameter. And then as we start going into about 5 o'clock, this is when the tornado threat is going to get serious. We're starting to see some 4s and 5s from south central to southeastern Texas. And then as we go into 6 o'clock, especially, we could be seeing significant tornado parameters across southeastern Texas between 4 and 6, with isolated pockets as high as 7 to 8 potentially around the Houston area, indicating an environment very favorable for tornadic development tomorrow afternoon. And even as we go into 7 o'clock, we're seeing significant tornado parameter values of 5 to 6 in the Houston metro area, up through Huntsville, through Bryan College Station. Pretty serious tornado threat, I would say, between 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock tomorrow evening before we slowly see our tornado threat diminish into the late evening and overnight hours across far southeast Texas and southwestern Louisiana. Now, taking a look at the simulated reflectivity for tomorrow's event as we're waking up to 7 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow morning. Going to be seeing some non-severe showers and thunderstorms across eastern Texas. As we go through the morning, this initial round will move through the Arklatex into Louisiana. And then as we start going into noon, this is when we could start seeing some supercells developing southwest of Houston, and these are going to be the tornado producers if these supercells end up developing going into about 1 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Could be seeing 1 or 2 tornado producing supercells potentially in the Houston metro area across southeastern Texas going into 3, 4, 5 o'clock. Several looking kidney bean-shaped storms could be moving into southeastern Texas and Louisiana. And then even as we go into the overnight, even though the significant tornado parameter kind of diminishes, still looking at potential tornadoes across southwestern Louisiana into 11 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow evening. And then as we go into the overnight and into the morning, this could transition into a flooding threat across portions of southern Louisiana, Mississippi, and southeastern Texas as rain starts to train over these areas into Friday morning. And that leads into a potential flooding threat into Friday, where we can expect a widespread 3 to 5 inches of rain across far southeastern Texas into south central Louisiana, even southern Mississippi, and we can see pockets as high as 6 to 7 inches where rain trains over the same area for several hours. So don't write off the flooding threat either, especially if you live across from Houston through Beaumont, across south central Louisiana, southwestern Mississippi from this event. So the bottom line is make sure you are preparing for several tornadoes tomorrow afternoon if you live across southeastern Texas and southwestern Louisiana. Make sure you have your NOAA weather radios and your cell phones ready to receive alerts for tornado warnings. Have your tornado shelter plan in place tomorrow, especially if you live anywhere from Houston through Lufkin, Texas, through Orange, Texas. Thanks for watching this evening's severe weather update. Please stay safe and have a wonderful evening, my friends.